There's a way to play. And we have to find that way to play. We have to trust that way to play. And it starts defensively, period. In the conversation. It just is what it is.
Nonsense. What a bunch of nonsense. Need to figure it out. You're going to play defense and you're not going to have a guy that is arguably your best or one of your best defensive players. It's not better than Keegan Murray. But the point is, like, you can't say that and not have Keegan Murray, or can't have Keon Ellis, all right, on the bench in two embarrassing defensive performances while I watch Dennis Schroeder have the guy go by him like he's glued to the floor, who can't put the ball in the freaking ocean if he's standing on the bow of a cruise ship, okay, play 28 minutes, and Keon Ellis is playing 12 minutes and doesn't enter the game until they're already down 30 in the fourth quarter. Figure it out. You're the coach. What do you mean, figure it out? You want to talk about you're going to play defense and you're going to have a standard, and you have two areas of your team right now that are not very good. 3-point shooting and defense. What does Keon Ellis do very well? Well, he shoots the ball very well from deep, and he's one of your best defensive players. Numbers game? Nonsense. It's a coaching decision game, not a numbers game. You're the coach. If you're going to talk about you're going to play to a certain standard, then you need to yank players off the floor that aren't playing to that standard. Plain and simple, okay? You can't say one thing and do another. You just can't. So if you're going to talk the talk, okay, back it up. Back it up. Don't go on in front of the microphone and tell everyone what the standard's going to be, and that you need to figure it out, and you will figure it out, and then you have Keon Ellis sitting on the floor. And you got the fans chanting, "We want Keon. We want Keon." The fans aren't stupid. Jerry Reynolds certainly knows a lot about basketball, and if Jerry tells us that he thinks Keon should be playing 30 minutes a game, that resonates with me. And I've watched Keon play a lot. You've watched Keon play a lot. I'm not making him out to be Michael Jordan. I'm not making him out to be an all-star. I'm not making him out to be one of the great players in the NBA. But here's what I am saying. If you're the coach and you keep talking about defense, 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 and you don't have one of your best defensive players on the floor, then what you're saying doesn't make any sense. Period. And you're the coach. And we get the speculation, well, he's not coaching a team, that it's coming from upper management and ownership. Nonsense. This is your only chance to be a head coach. It's not going to happen again. Okay? It's going to last as long as it does in Sacramento, and then you're not going to be a head coach anymore. Coach the team the way you want to coach it. You're the man that makes the decisions. You're the head coach. Okay? It falls on your shoulders. You can't talk about a certain standard. You can't talk about we're going to play defense and then give up 144 points and have one of your very best defensive players not be a part of it. You just can't. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't add up. You can't have it both ways. You can't tell everyone what you're going to do and then not do it. You can't talk about a standard of play and then let players continue to perform that aren't achieving the standard that you want, when you have a bench of players that can do things better than others on the floor. Doesn't make sense. Plain and simple. Is it frustrating? Yeah, it's frustrating. Is the season over? No, the season is not over. You're 3-7. There are a lot of games left. There are 72 games left. But you got Denver coming in tomorrow. Then you're playing 3 games in 4 nights against Atlanta. And then you go on a tough road trip. And as Jerry said again last night, and he's repeated this, and he's right, the Kings are an old team. And you know what? You know when it's okay to have an old team? It's okay to have an old team when you're winning. But when you're losing, then it's not good. And he talked about, at that point, you need to go and make a big shift and change your direction. We're not there yet. And Jerry made that very clear. What is the direction of this team? What's the goal of this team? Really? Where are we heading here? Seriously. It makes no sense. A certain standard, you got players on the floor that aren't capable of playing to that standard. And yet you keep playing them minutes, big minutes. You're the coach. Take them out of the game. Drives me crazy. And again, the players can say whatever they want. They have to talk to the media. And they do a really good job of it in Sacramento, and I applaud them. But they're not going to tell you what's really going on. You know what tells me, you know what's going on? My eyes tell me what's going on. And my eyes tell me that they know, and you know as fans, that this team is not capable of playing defense. They're not stupid. They're veterans. They've been around. They understand it's not going to happen. They know they're an offensive team. That's what they are. 135-133, the win on the road at Milwaukee. Offense. That's what it is. And until this team acquires better defensive players, or Doug decides to play his better defensive players, you're going to have the same result. And people think, well, gee, when Keegan Murray comes back, and hopefully it's sooner rather than later, that everything's just going to be hunky-dory. No, it's not. He will help your defense, but, you know, it's not like he's going to change everything. It's just, he's not going to be able to affect the dribble penetration that continually happens against the Sacramento guards, whether it's Schroeder or Westbrook or Levine or, I mean, the Kings can't keep anybody in front of them. Their rotations are late. It's like a shooting gallery out there from downtown. Game after game after game after game after game. Seriously, every single game, we're pretty much talking about the same thing. Coaches, they are the ones. The coach. The coach determines who plays and who doesn't play. You give up 120 in the opener. You give up 104 to the Jazz. You give up 127 to the Lakers, 107 to the Thunder, 126 to the Bulls, 133 to the Bucks, 130 to the Nuggets, 116 to the Warriors, 132 to the Thunder, and you give up 144 last night. How's that for you? Make them feel us. Make them feel us. What a bunch of nonsense that is. 916-779-0929. Your phone calls next, right here on the Grant Napear Show, Fox Sports Sacramento.